Please like, subscribe, and be sure to click that bell button for regular and exciting indie film content and your chance to be the first to engage with the Liftoff Global Network of Film Festivals as we embark on launching the careers of the filmmakers of tomorrow.
Hello everyone and welcome to today's stream. Today we're looking at 3 festivals. We are looking at the Sydney and Melbourne Festival along with the London Liftoff Film Festival, where we'll be doing our launch into what is happening in the festival month and what to expect as a filmmaker taking part in the London Liftoff Film Festival. As you can see on my screen, I already have the Sydney Judges Select page up and ready, so we will be starting with Sydney. But just a few things I wanted to talk about before we delve into the statistics and find out which films are currently in the lead for the Sydney and Melbourne Liftoff Film Festival. If you are watching this live and you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat room. It is open and I will be checking it throughout today's stream. I did have some technical issues with my mic before coming on live, so if you cannot hear me, please let me know in the chat room, but it looks like it is working absolutely fine now. Okay, cool. So the Sydney and the Melbourne Liftoff Film Festival have been running from the 14th of November and it will be closing on the 12th of December, which is this Monday. Lots has happened over the festival month, including focus groups, opportunities to join us on the hub, watching the filmings and giving feedback to each other. So it has been a really fun festival month, not just for us as the jury here at Liftoff, but also we've had some lovely comments from our audience as well. So I just wanted to quickly show you how to vote, because when I show you these statistics, you'll see that a lot of the audience members still need to vote. And it's super important that you vote for your 2 top films or your 2 favorite films in order for your votes to count. I'm just going to play the trailer here now for you to understand a little bit more.
Our online festivals are designed to bring much-needed new eyes to true indie film. They are a tried and tested method of providing a platform of diverse work to a large audience. The voting process is specifically created to engage people with the collection. Once you purchase the program, to watch the films you'll be sent a ticket email which contains your personal link to sign up to the festival, along with your voting code and link. Before the festival closes, head to the email again to cast your vote. Entering the code in the email will give you access to the form, which will then ask you to select your 2 favourite films and provide some feedback on the projects. Throughout the festival, we'll be running events on our YouTube channel, such as live festival updates, free workshops and promotional filmmaker interviews. Filmmakers will also receive daily updates from the festival.
So there we have it. It explains everything there, and that voting trailer is also at the top of each of the Vimeo programs, so you should be able to just head in there to find how to vote if you are struggling to place your votes. These votes need to be in before Monday the 12th, or on Monday the 12th of December, as after that the festival will close and we'll be looking at the films that are currently in the lead across each pages for our audience, and those films will be migrating into the network round. Our jury have also got until Monday the 12th to get their final votes in as well, and their top films will also be moving into the network round before we announce the winners of the festival the following week, just before Christmas. So there we have it. Let's talk about prizes. So we obviously have our Audience Choice Award, which is where we invite 4 filmmakers to join us on our YouTube channel, where we do a director's commentary style roundtable to find out a little bit more about the project, what's going to happen to it after the festival circuit, what the filmmakers are currently working on, and any problems that the filmmaker had to overcome in order to get their project off the ground, made, through production, whatever it may be. Each story is so individual and we can all learn from lots of the things that they are talking about. They're really fun and inspiring interviews. If this sounds like something you're interested in, head over to our YouTube channel as we have plenty on there already. Then we have our Shortlist Season Award nominated list, where we'll be nominating several films across all categories. There are 14 categories to go onto our shortlist for a Liftoff Season Award. And then we also have a handful of projects that will be picking up a Season Award nomination straight off the bat. And these filmmakers will be invited to our event in London this February, where we'll be celebrating the best films that came through the Liftoff network. So there we have it. Let's start. let's take a look. And there's just a few questions coming through. Hi to everyone who joined us in the chat room. Hello. There's 3 of you here. Thank you. Vulcan Vision says, here's one filmmaker. The question before that is there a way to contact a few of the filmmakers? Yes, there absolutely is, and that is through our hub. If you stay tuned, I will show you how to do so during today's stream. But the hub, the network hub, is the best place for you to connect with the filmmakers that are taking part across either the Sydney program, the Melbourne program, or the London program, as they are all invited to join us in the hub, and there's a fantastic chat system that you can use there. Let's start with the judges select. So let's take a look at some statistics. Currently this page is on 338 playthroughs. We've got 12 countries watching. We've had 63 votes in so far and an audience number of around 70. So well done to Rock Bottom that has held onto its position. This is now on 15 votes. This is directed by Aaron John Falvey from New Zealand. An aging boxer who refuses to quit has an honest conversation with his coach and trainer, but they need to talk him around before his impending fight. Then we have in second place, or closely behind on 11 votes, and as we've said, everything may change in these final couple of days. A gift, a pair of shoes for our teacher, and this is directed by Mohammed Subib from Indonesia. A student named Phoebe and her friends were ordered by their teacher to collect donations for their grieving friend. When their condolence money was collected, one of Ditta's friends reminds her that the intent of buying shoes for their teacher. They had to buy a pair of shoes that day because the teacher's birthday was the day after. Ditta boldly suggests using the donation money to buy shoes. Phoebe was being hesitant to determine a decision. So very well done to our 2 filmmakers that have been neck and neck, jumping over each other over the course of the festival month. Let's see if you can hold on to your positions until Monday. Moving on next, we're going to New Voices, so our Sydney New Voice page. We have had 613 playthroughs across this program. 10 countries already tuning in. 57 votes in so far and an audience of 65. So again, more votes to come in. In pole position on 8 votes, we have Enigma, a short film, and this is directed by Jessica Orsic from the USA. Her and she are secret lovers living in New York during 1915. Her decides it's time for them to part ways, leaving she devastated. She begs her to explain her actions before they part, trying to break through her stoicism. She does her best to clarify why she remained in a loveless marriage. There we go. And then closely behind on 7 votes, only 1 vote splitting these 2 films, we have Impertinent, and this is directed by Rodrigo Tonani from Brazil. Up next, we have Sydney Features. So the Sydney Features currently is on 208 playthroughs, 12 countries watching at this moment in time. We've only had 18 votes and we've got a number of audience of around 50, which means everything may change. Again, lots more votes to come in, and please remember you need to get these in by Monday the 12th of December. And in pole position on 14 votes we have Marley Someone, and this is directed by Ildiko Sunani from Australia. And what is so fantastic about this filmmaker is that I had a wonderful conversation with her during our focus group this week. Really interesting to hear how her career, her filmmaking journey is going, and she's currently looking for distribution and a sales agent to take on this project. So Marley, a Euro-Asian actor, can't seem to catch a break in the industry. Constantly typecast as Asian sex workers, ninjas and geishas, she questions her identity as the direction of her life is taking. And then on 3 votes, we have Preparation Z, a completely new film in the lineup this week. And this is directed by Derek Brakovich Horn from the USA. A reluctant zombie preparer must fight off a self-proclaimed survivalist by finally accepting his role as a team captain in order to reunite his band of unknowing misfits. So there we have it. This seems like a fun, fantastic feature. And there we go. That is our roundup for the Sydney Festival, the final one before we announce the films that are moving into the network round. So now we're going to move on to the Melbourne Festival, and the first page we're going to look at is the Judges Select. So Melbourne's Judges Select page has had 506 playthroughs, 11 countries watching, 89 votes in so far, and of an audience into the hundreds. So Home Truths is a new film in the mix this week as well, and it has rocketed through on 15 votes. And this is directed by Leslie Coleman, and this is an Australian film. 8 actors tell their story about surviving family violence. The story is both universal and deeply personal. And then closely behind, again, as you can see, all of these films, there's not many votes in between them. We have Margot Loers, and this is on 12 votes, directed by Tor Larsen from Australia as well. The life and art of pioneering artist Margot Loers. There we have it. So now we're going to move on to the Melbourne New Voices. We've got 359 playthroughs, 11 countries currently tuning in, 36 votes, and an audience of 57. Out in front we have there was a tiny pun there, on 10 votes, and this is directed by Sean Maddox from USA. Keely is a theatrical artist with influences from the 80s dance music scene, punk rock and K-pop. On 5 votes, we have 2 films that are tied. The first one is A Sarah, which is directed by Francesco Valari Nadari and David Telemonti from Italy. Rome present day, an elderly man, once a famous seeker of stolen artwork, is struggling to reconnect with his granddaughter Sarah. She has lost her parents in a tragic car accident, and such an event plunges her into a state of depression. And then also tied on 5 votes is a new film that's come through the mix, and it's called A Man on a Plane. This is directed by Fergal McEntee from the UK. So, 2-time Paralympian gold medalist James Brown climbed on the roof of a commercial airliner on the 10th of October 2019 to highlight the dire extent of the climate crisis, and ultimately paid the price. The only real crime he committed was caring about his children and all the children of the world. So this is a fantastic documentary about this Paralympian. Moving on then to our final page, which is our Melbourne features. We have, I almost gave away our first film there. We have had 57 playthroughs, 8 countries watching, 15 votes in so far, and an audience of 15 as well. The first film that we have is The Unthinkable, which is on 7 votes. This is a film from Swahililand, and it is directed by Bonkosi Comfort Dadesani, a documentary about the accounts of the survivors of the 2021 massacre in the Kingdom of Swahili, and details of the brutally armed forces in the country. The stories are real, the footage are real, and the people are real too. And then behind, which was in the lead before The Unthinkable jumped over it, was Light Attaching to a Girl, and this is on 3 votes, directed by Lena Barrick from the USA. Suffocating by an overbearing father and 2 older sisters who soak up any affection that comes their way, Claire is desperate to escape. She plans a trip to Iceland by herself, where she can experience nature and make her own decisions for the first time in her life. Light Attaching to a Girl poetically drifts between the interior and exterior life of an adolescent, as she reckons with haunting memories of her childhood, even as she takes her first step into adulthood. So there we have it. That was our roundup for the Sydney and Melbourne Festival. It does close on Monday, this Monday coming, the 12th of December, and we will be announcing the network round by the end of the week. So moving on to London. Welcome if this is your first time joining us on a YouTube live stream. We run these streams once a week, usually on a Friday, sometimes on a Thursday, depending, where we round up what has happened during the festival that week, what films are in the lead, which films have made the biggest movement, and what you can expect over the full festival month. So the London Liftoff Film Festival is running from the 5th of December. So it went live on Monday up until the 2nd of January, which means there's plenty of time to watch some incredible independent short films over the Christmas break. There are 3 pages taking part in this festival. And we'll be going through those now, explaining a little bit more about what each program means and finding out a little bit more about what you can expect over the festival month. You should have all been invited to join us on the Festival Hub during one of the daily score emails. Please do so. A lot of communication for all of our festivals take place there. And it's a great way to meet other filmmakers, which was one of our questions in the chat room, so I will explain how to do that. But first, let's take a look at the programme, and then we'll go from there. So up first, we have our Judges Select Shorts programme. These are films that scored extremely high with the jury during the submission stage when the calls for entries were open. The jury have already watched these films, as they have with all of the films, but these are the ones that scored extremely high. I'm talking like 8s, 9s and 10s among the jury, so really, really well done. These are the filmmakers that we are keeping a very close eye on, and it's a fantastic programme, so if you have an opportunity to watch it, then I highly recommend so. Then we have our Trendsetter Shorts. Our Trendsetter Shorts, again, there is something very special in each of these films, whether it's a technique, direction, the storytelling, the writing, the performances, something that sparkled in all of these films, hence why they have been given the Trendsetter Shorts. There is a range of music videos, animations, short documentaries and narratives among this collection, so there really is something for everyone in here. These are the films that scored, again, quite highly, between 6 and 8 among our jury. And then we have our New Voices programme, and as it sounds, our New Voices is from filmmakers that are entering the industry. This could be students, this could be filmmakers who have just left university, or filmmakers who are jumping track and are starting a career in the film industry. Fantastic projects across the board in this programme as well, with a great mixture of genres, horror, sci-fi, comedy, as well as straight dramas and documentaries. Then we have our features page, and as you can tell, these are some of the best features that came through the London Liftoff Film Festival this year. A fantastic collection of features. Again, we have narratives and we have documentaries in this mix. There's even a few animations in there as well. So again, there really is something for everyone in these programs. So I wanted to talk about the prizes before, just going back to the London page, there we go. I wanted to talk about the prizes for the London Liftoff Film Festival. So there are several prizes up for grabs, and you may have heard me mention them at the beginning of the stream for the Sydney and Melbourne, and it works exactly the same way. So we have our Audience Choice Award, which is where 4 filmmakers will be invited to join us on a YouTube channel. On our YouTube channel, where we'll be screening their films muted in the background and finding out a little bit more about each project. And as I mentioned earlier, these are fantastic streams. I absolutely love them. Then we also have our Season Awards shortlist and Season Award nominations. If you're placed on the shortlist, you will be in contention for a Season Award nomination, and you'll find out if you have been officially selected for a nomination in January. And there'll be a handful of filmmakers that receive the official nomination straight off the bat. The Season Awards will be taking place in London in February, and further information about that will be released shortly. There we have it. So, invite to the hub. I'm just going to share my screen. So bear with me a second. There we go. Should be sharing my screen. So first things first, I just wanted to mention that the London Liftoff Film Festivals, all of the information can be found on our website. All you need to do is head over to liftoff.network, go to Film Festival and head down to London, and you'll land on this page here. It has everything that you need to know about the online screenings as well as our live screenings. So today is actually our live screenings. Tonight we'll be at the Genesis Cinema, where we have a collection of 7 amazing short films that will be screening with us. You can find out more about tickets here and the programme, as well as on Sunday we'll be at Close Up Cinema, where we have the Judges Select 2 live screening, where you can have look at tickets here and the program, as well as our members networking event, which sold out within an hour. It was fantastic to see so many people sign up to this, and we do have an extensive reserve list. If any spaces become available, we will let you know as quickly as we can, but it did sell out very, very fast. The online shorts can be found here, and you can get your tickets here as well. So there we have it. They are the pages that I just mentioned. Great. So I've got also the network hub here, and this is what you would have been invited to the other day. So I have seen quite a lot of people sign up and join, and as you can see, there is lots going on in this page. People sharing about their official selections, what they're working on, if they get festival selections here as well, people asking questions, sharing awards. It is a really, really engaging platform. But the most exciting thing, I would say, is the members. So if you head over to members, you can see how many people, so the people that are constantly active on here. Then you also have members that live close to you. So say you are based in London, like these people, all of these people do pop up. So it's an opportunity for you to just reach out and say hello. To do so, all you need to do is head onto their profile, and then you can press this button here where it says chat. So if you go onto this chat room, it's like any other social media platform where you can start direct messaging each other. And as the question asked in the group, it's a really, really great way to reach out to filmmakers, especially if you're screening in the same program, or you just watched their film and you absolutely loved what they are making. Then reach out, invite them for a coffee, network. That is what this is all about. So you can do that with literally anyone who is on here. And you can also go to newest. So the newest people to join us on our hub are the filmmakers that are taking part in the London Festival. So this may be a great place to start, or you can just search here as well. Then you can head down to events, and as you can see, the members event is here, and you could sign up via the link here too, as well as just heading to the feed and seeing what is going on. There's job alerts as well. So Sharon has just posted about a job with Universal in Washington. So if you're based in the States, this could be a great opportunity for you. And yeah, just find out and have a little play. Lots of information that happens with our festivals are shared here. So do stay tuned. Okay, and that is everything. So we will be back next week, where we'll be announcing the films that made it through to the network round for the Sydney and Melbourne Festival, and we will be looking at the statistics for the London Festival to see which projects are currently in the lead for the audience votes. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you next week. If you are coming to the London Liftoff Film Festival live screenings either today or on Sunday, then James and myself really look forward to seeing you there. Have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye.